What's up, all you weekend warriors? Oh, well, start without me. What's up, all you weekend warriors, and welcome back to another Sunday night stream. It's just me being solo. JT is busy, and Kenny is just getting off of uh, his summer work. So we're just gonna hang out like this for a little bit. Tonight we're just gonna go over a couple of updates. So the weekend after this coming weekend is going to be when I will, show up at Vermont Comic Con. If you're down there, come say hi. I don't mind at all. I'm just I'm not a guest or anything. I'm going literally as just a con goer. Me and my band will be there writing music, but I'll also be taking video for the dojo so that you guys can, see what goes on over there. It's not a big convention, only a couple of things here and there. A lot of cool vendors. Artist Alley is always cool there. Last year there was a Smash Brothers tournament that I actually there's a Smash Brothers tournament. I don't think they'll do it again this year. I think this year it's going to be probably something new on the Switch, like Splatoon or something. Which, yeah, I don't own a Switch, so that's unfortunate. They're actually going to have a few Power Rangers as guests this year, which I think is a huge step up from last year, where they had like one voice actor from Funimation, and then it's like, well, I mean, they had an Olympic wrestling champion show up, but it doesn't really fit with the Comic-Con vibe, I don't think. I'm sure there were plenty of people excited to see him. It's just, I don't know, it doesn't seem like the guest you would expect to see at a Comic-Con. Obviously, there will be stacks and stacks of comics, merch that I'm probably going to grab a hold of. There's going to be a costume contest, which is to be expected for a convention with lots of cosplay. You know what? Let's make a little fun. Tweet at Weekend Dojo some pictures of your favorite cosplay that you've done. While you guys are doing that, I guess we'll talk about the nature of what's going to be going on for the next few weeks. Tokuchatsu will be happening a little more regularly. JT is still very busy. He's got a very big family thing going down right now that I'm not going to mention because it's kind of a personal issue. It's not anything bad. I want to get that out there right now. It's not anything bad. He's not in trouble or anything. There's no drama going on. It's just kind of a big thing, and I think he would prefer to tell you guys himself if he decides to tell you. As summer's winding down, I think now's a good time to, kind of take a moment, enjoy what little summer there is left. If you're in school, obviously, you've got probably some summer homework that you need to finish up, but take some time, get outside, have an ice cream or something. I don't care. Just have fun. As far as the future goes, I just got an update on the girl I commissioned the helmets from. She's finding out the shipping price right now, but they should be here very soon. And then I'll use what means I have to complete them. After that, I am going to hold off on purchasing costume parts for a while, just because I'm going to be going to Comic-Con. I'm probably going to spend a lot of money. So that's kind of the shtick for now. I'm about my personal channel, or rather the El Chizo's Pricey Plastic. Menasor is still being edited. I've been whooped lately between work and the dojo. I do intend to edit it. It's not like dojo's presenting a barrier for me. I just need to get up around and do it. Might as well talk about music tonight recently because I watched a movie just a few days ago. Entertainers Warehouse. Hi, uh, hi, Entertainers Warehouse. Welcome back. Tonight we're just giving like a general update of what's going to be going on for the dojo for a little bit. Like I said, I will get the Menasor video edited down. There's just a lot of bloopers in it, and I've been caught between work and the dojo. Also left a like on the stream. Well, thank you. Um, Unfortunately, it is just me solo tonight, so it's going to be rather short. We're going to try to get as far as 6:30 and Eastern Standard Time, and maybe 6:45 if we push it. It's not going to be a full-length stream tonight, unfortunately. So, might as well talk about, what the dojo is looking for in its future. One, we want to collab with other channels. I don't expect us, going, full-on collaboration with Channel Awesome. I don't think we're going to be able to go full-on collaboration with Cinemassacre. Those guys are long established, well known. It wouldn't benefit them any. Not to say that they're, out there only for the likes, but we're not well established, and obviously they would be taking on a risk to their reputation if they don't know what our channel is like, especially now with the YouTube adpocalypse going on. We are looking for nerdy-ish people to join up. Right now we've got, like, between me and Kenny, we've already got 2 toy reviewers, and he does review tokusatsu on occasion. JT mainly does games. I do game pads, and candy. But if y'all know of a person who wants to make videos of a nerdy subject, we've got someone who's considering joining us for movie reviews. We've got someone who's we've got three other people who want to review comics, anime, and tabletop games. So that makes like 4 people that might join. I know they've got plans to set it up. Oh, what are we talking about today on the stream? Today on the stream, we're just generally updating people as to what's going on with the dojo. If you have any suggestions for topics, because I don't think like topics that one person could talk about, please let me know, because most of the stuff that gets tweeted to the dojo usually is only suitable if I've got someone to bounce ideas off of. Well, let's talk about Comic-Con again for a little bit, because I love a good convention. I so rarely get to go to them. It's unfortunate. Hopefully Vermont Comic-Con becomes a yearly thing. I would like to switch over to like the Rhode Island Comic-Con, but that's like a whole friggin' weekend that I've got to, take vacation time off and sick days. If I don't have vacation time, it'd be very tricky. Although Rhode Island Comic-Con is the bomb. Cons that I'd like to go to. Well, I'd love to go to Anime Expo. I'd love to go to Power Morphicon. Unfortunately, I live on the opposite end of the country for those, so I just kind of have to let those go. And maybe I'll fly down there one year, go to Anime Expo, because I've never been, and I do like anime. I don't know, it just feels like I'm missing out. And I love actually seeing all these different creative cosplays out there. Like last year at Vermont Comic Con, I saw a really well done Thanos with an Infinity Gauntlet, and the stones actually glowed. He had rigged it up with colored LEDs, which I think is awesome. I saw an alien. That was pretty cool. There was actually a vendor there that was selling metal armor cosplay parts. Like, you wouldn't be able to block a sword. Can you check out my recent video after the stream set? Well, I don't see why not. I could give your video a quick watch. Um, I suppose we might as well talk about con etiquette because I've been to a few conventions and there are just some people that are assholes while they're there. So we're going to talk about proper etiquette when you're at a convention for a short minute. So, one, make sure that your wristband or badge or whatever is clearly visible when you are exiting and entering the convention area. It makes more work for the security guards if you don't. It slows the line down. Just make sure it's in a place where you can easily show it to the security guard. Two, make sure you bring enough cash if you're going with friends, because if you have to stop the ATM every 15 minutes, it gets annoying. Uh, don't harass cosplayers for pictures and whatnot. Just don't harass them because they work hard. They worked hard on that cosplay. Chances are the cosplay, in order to make it look right, is so incredibly uncomfortable that they are miserable. But they still show up in that cosplay because of how much work they put on it. They're going to wear it. Just respect the effort they put into that. Um, Panels. Well, I don't think I should have to explain panel etiquette to you. You know, raise your hand if you have a question when they're taking questions. Don't, try to person don't show up to that panel. It's that simple. Um, Purchasing comics. Now, this is a big one. You can ask, but chances are they have no issue ones of anything. If you see the long boxes of comics for really cheap, chances are the person knows enough that they're not going to put any rare comics in there. Secondly, if you're buying toys, research your prices. Research their original price, research how much they're desired. Create a list of toys that you want to buy if you're going to buy toys at a convention, and research all the information you can for the toys on that list. Because vendors do try to rip you off. Not all of them. Most vendors are pretty good. Just be careful of the ones selling like Transformers and whatnot. It does get rather iffy. Well, Entertainers Warehouse, like I said, it'll go at least to 6:30. If I still have stuff to talk about, we'll try to shoot for 6:45. So, like I said, list of things you want to find there. If you don't find them, it's okay. Save it for another year. Update your list as far as con shopping goes. Leave yourself a little wiggle room to buy stuff that isn't on the list, obviously. Just keep your head about you as far as pricing goes. If you see like a vinyl Godzilla figure and the tail has been chewed off and the guy's asking for $60, don't buy it. Obviously, I don't have to tell you not to buy that. Movie bins. Be careful of those. Sometimes you get bootlegs, and I know it's fun to buy bootlegs, but just like try your best to support who you can. Um, Video game vendors. Well, like I bought my first Tengen Black Cart Gauntlet last year at Vermont Comic Con. Or later at a music store. Point being is you'll find a lot of cool knockoff NES games, and those are fun to collect because they're not like trying to. It's a part of history. That part that's kind of over and done with. Like it's the same thing with VHS tapes. If you see a bootleg VHS tape, chances are it's not going to be that good quality. You really shouldn't buy it anyway. But if you want to, I wouldn't, say don't buy bootleg VHS tapes because no one's producing for it anymore. No one's losing money if you buy a bootleg VHS tape of a movie that was produced in the VHS era. Same thing with bootleg game cartridges for the pre 64-bit eras. That they're not making them anymore. It's not recent enough that you have to worry about someone coming after you, obviously. Of course, a lot of these bootleg games tend to not be that good. Well, not bootlegs, but well, sometimes bootleg can be fun. But like homebrew games or games that were not produced with the permission of Nintendo, if they're on an NES cartridge or a Super Nintendo cartridge, I wouldn't stress too much about it because Nintendo has not made any new games for those systems in ages. Ages. You don't even have to worry about it. And no, the NES Mini and the supposed SNES Mini don't count. This will be an N64 Mini if you know, the pattern is to be followed. But yeah, just keep your head about you when shopping at the vendor's area. And obviously, it's like go to some of the events. Last year there was a HeroClix event. I don't know how to play HeroClix, but I would have loved to have watched. Try to figure it out. I'll probably bring my deck and play some and see if anyone's playing some standard Magic the Gathering there. Because I got a deck with cards from every friggin' format, so I play standard. So that's part of it. If you're not really looking for a toy in great condition, but you'd still like to just own a copy of that toy, go digging in toy bins that are for sale there. You'll find something. Check out the fixtures as well. Get some pictures with the fixtures. I don't think that I have to tell you guys to do that. But it's like, if you're a fan of Doctor Who and you see the TARDIS, get a picture in the TARDIS. It's the law. Be careful of venues that have multiple floors. Like, decide, obviously take one lap around the convention to see what there is. Don't buy anything yet on your first lap. Take one lap around the whole venue. If it's multiple floors, take a lap around the bottom floor, then the top floor, then the upper floors, and see what there is to purchase or see or take part in. Then meet with your group, because you really should be going to a convention with a group, whether it just be your family that you dragged along or some friends who are going to go in at least a group of two. And try your best not to get too separated. Set up like a meeting point. And just take your lap around, figure out what you want to go do. See, converse with the person or peoples you came with. Person or people you came with. And figure out what pattern you guys want to go through. If there's a time-sensitive event you want to go to, plan around that. Figure out what ballroom or what room it's going to be taking place in. And plan, like, if one person wants to go to that event but the other one doesn't, figure out when it's going to end so that the person that doesn't want to go can go do their thing on that floor and meet you at the entrance of that panel once it's done. After that, food. Well, if you're going to a convention and staying in a hotel, don't spend a lot of money on food. As a matter of fact, bring food if you can. That means protein bars, water, lots of hydration, not a lot of soda. I know it's tempting. Not a lot of soda or alcohol, because, well, I know it's tempting and it's okay to bring a little, but obviously not to the convention area, but to like your hotel room or something. Obviously don't drink and drive. Don't, drink outside, the safe areas or the designated, it's okay to drink here areas. Just remember, hydration is very important, because if you're not hydrated for the next day of the convention or the first day of the convention, you're going to have a horrible time. You're going to hate yourself all day. You're not going to have fun, and you're there to have fun. So remember to bring food that will keep your stomach full and give you lots of nutrients so that you've got energy to explore the convention. Remember to drink lots of hydrating fluids, like water is obviously the most easily identifiable one. Keep soft drinks and alcohol to a reasonable level so that you can actually enjoy the convention. Food, as far as food goes, take one, maybe go get one meal out at a restaurant after the convention is over. Never buy food at the convention venue. Oh my God, that is how they get you. They get you when you've skipped breakfast because you had to wake up early to put your costume on, and now your stomach is growling. Don't eat at the convention venue. Identify nearby restaurants where you can get a decent meal if you haven't packed like a sandwich or something. Secondly, just and this is mostly for cosplayers, have a place where you can keep a wallet or incorporate a bag of some kind into your convention, into your cosplay if you can, because it's great to cosplay. Cosplay is freaking cool, but if you're at the convention, you're gonna want to buy stuff, and there's stuff that you're just gonna want to pull the trigger on before someone else gets it. So you're gonna want a way to carry money at least. I think it's hilarious to see a Thanos walking around with shopping bags, so don't feel too bad about that. Some conventions, smaller conventions, actually have food vendors, like not an actual catering service, but actual food vendors, like candy vendors at the convention. Take advantage of that because, like, they're if it's a small convention, that those food vendors are going to be local. They're going to be making handcrafted baked goods and whatnot. Just try not to get crumbs on the in the convention area because there's like a lot of stuff people don't want crumbs on. Definitely scope out your convention beforehand to see what is going to be there. As far as vendors go, that way you can converse with the group. It's like, okay, I would like to swing by these particular booths if we can, because I want to check out this this presentation, or I want to check out this, or I want to grab this plushie, or this comic, or this action figure, whatever. Just, you know, scope things out. If you're meeting people at the convention, do not meet them in the convention hall. Meet them outside the venue before you get your wristband or something checked to make sure that you're good to go in. Because it is a nightmare to meet up with people in a busy convention hall. And that just ties back into set up a meeting place. If you have to set up a meeting place in the convention area, set one up that's kind of out of the way of the traffic so that you guys can easily, you know, spot each other. That's just general safety tips, I guess. Cosplayers, pick maybe, like, if you've got multiple cosplays planned out, pick one day where you just like pick, or at least one chunk of time where you're not wearing cosplay, just so that you're not getting stopped every 15 minutes to get asked for a picture, or you're not sweating because it's a bulky costume. Just take a chunk of time where you're not wearing costume. Maybe that's at the beginning day, maybe it's on the last day, but a chunk of time where you're just out of costume and you're a regular con goer. I met one guy who cosplayed twice in a row. I think he cosplayed a third day, and maybe that's part of your con experience. You like showing off characters, and if that's true, then that's cool. But consider your health as far as like heat goes and warmth, and consider your group, because if your entire group isn't cosplaying, then they're not really all prepared to stop every 15 minutes to get a picture. Obviously, if you're going to cosplay, cosplay. Just like I said, take multiple things into consideration. Is your whole group cosplaying? Is this a comfortable cosplay you're wearing? How long can you go wearing it? Is there anything at risk of drying out? Just plan around that. And this is from a friend of mine who does cosplays kind of regularly. If you're going to cosplay, bring emergency repair materials. And figure out a way to get at those easily. So maybe a friend of yours is bringing a backpack which is actually a really smart way to do a convention. Bring a backpack or have a guy nearby with a backpack who doesn't mind carrying your stuff. And I don't mean bully them into carrying your stuff. I mean check with them to see if it's cool if they carry some of your stuff. If you don't have anything with you, essentially just like bring one bag into the convention. Bring it empty every day, by the way, except for like emergency stuff like medication or something that you can prove you need. So yeah, so keep your backpack as open as possible, or your backpack or bag as open as possible when you go into the convention every day, and then download at your hotel room. Put stuff that you can into your duffel bag when you get back to your hotel room. But if you're going from like your house, obviously none of this is really as important. If you're going from like your house to the convention hall instead of going from the hotel to the convention hall, then a lot of the stuff I said doesn't really matter. You can get food at home. You can just drop off your stuff at home. Just plan it out. As far as being back at the hotel, if you're with a group, try as much as you can to split the rooms so that you're not spending a lot of money on rooms, because it can get a bit of a nightmare. As a matter of fact, try to cram as many people in one room as possible without people having to step over others. So, like, if it's 3 people, yeah, like I guess you would have to organize it as you see fit as far as people's comfort goes. But if you can, try to fit 3 people in to a room, because then you got like 2 beds and a chair. I think that's really all the advice I can give to people going to conventions. So I guess we're stopping this at 6:30. So sorry it was so short, guys. I promise we're gonna try to get these back to where it's multiple people on a stream. Try to bear with us. We do have to make time for our day jobs and whatnot and our personal lives. So remember to check us out on Twitter and Facebook. At Twitter, it's at weekend_dojo, all lowercase. On Facebook, it's just Weekend Dojo. Go back to the channel page, and you'll see my channel and Kenny's channel and even JT's channel listed in the features channels list on that sidebar. I'm sorry it's taking so long to do Menasor. I shouldn't have mentioned it before it was anywhere close to done. That's on me. You will be seeing more of the dojo in the weeks to come, hopefully. I will be filming at the convention, so you guys can look forward to that. Remember, it's the weekend after next. If you're going to Vermont Comic Con, stop by. And, if you see me, say hi. I'll be wearing, believe it or not, the stuff I wear out and about is not the same stuff I wear on stream, mostly because I can't wear my hat and the headphones at the same time. And you guys have seen my sunglasses. I'll probably be wearing those. So stop by, check me out, check things out, say hi. Yeah, I guess that's it. So thanks once again for watching, everyone. Again, sorry it was so short. We're gonna try to make it longer next time. And until next time, I'll see you later, all you weekend warriors. And remember, just take a few days off every once in a while just to recharge. Because if you spend all your energy, if you're expending all your energy and you're miserable, and you've not treated yourself to anything in a while, what's the point? Take a day, and chill out. I'll see you later, all you weekend warriors.